was a time when being a missionary in Africa was an unspoken reserve for foreigners. Today, Africans are training in missionary work and church planting in order to grow a harvest for God among their fellow brethren. In Kenya's metropolitan capital, Reverend Christ Church Loresho, who trained as a pastor in the UK, founded the Christ Church in Loresho, a church plant that turned a year old at the end of 2021. The father of 4 and a husband to Rachel noticed a mismatch in the country's belief system.
Increasingly, when we'd come back to Kenya for holiday seeing family, there'd be this sense that it's wonderful that Kenya is a Christian country. It's great. And the stats range, 60%, 70, 80. But there was always this sense that there's a bit of a mismatch between what we hear on the statistic side and what life looks like on the ground.
At first, Reverend Church Loresho and his family joined Koinonia Church, another plant in Loresho, and served the congregation until 2020 when COVID struck, halting all types of gatherings. Within a year of the pandemic's onset, government restrictions relaxed to allow church reopening, but the church was a bit hesitant. Here, Reverend Kip saw an opportunity to resume church by opening up a new one.
There was a bit of excitement in the air, finally, for these people who'd been at the other church, a gathering space, a gathering moment in person. They love that.
It was not so long before challenges came knocking at this new endeavor.
Their needs are plenty. It's not always steady ground, that is for sure. We've had the issue of space. Because of the connection with the little children from the slum, our biggest area of growth has been amongst the under 20. Under 15 really. And so at that point we had to make a decision, linked partly with our venue, that we would encourage the children, especially those who come without their parents, mostly those from the slums, to come earlier for a Sunday school. It's not our ideal. We would love it to have a venue where we can still all gather. We have to encourage them to go home, to allow them the main service. That runs from 10:30 to 12-ish. And again, even that, we're beginning to see a creeping of young people, mainly teenagers, mostly from the slum here. When we began, believe it or not, we were singing accompanied by CD music, which is painful and difficult. It has had a lot of challenges, I'm not going to lie to you, but I am so thankful that we're a church that is multicultural in so many ways. Then we've got, like, this pianist lady is from the country of Japan. We've got someone from Zimbabwe. Recently, through various connections, we've had a couple from Europe. Then we've got Kenyans of all backgrounds, and I think that is a beautiful picture of the gospel. When Christ is the focus, when His word is the focus, there should be something of a unity and a coming together that cannot be found anywhere else.
Christ Church Loresho's main ministry goal is all of Christ, for all of life, for all the world, and Reverend Kip and his family are keen to stay faithful to the scriptures in their preaching and living of the gospel.
If we continue focusing on the word, the one who is good, Jesus Christ, we will, as the years go by, despite the mess and the pain and the challenges and the vulnerability, we'll be here again in a year, in 2 years, 5 years, to say, look again, He has shown Himself faithful, steadfast, His mercy new every day. So God is good, and He is good all the time. We've seen it. May we hold on to this God by looking to His word and nowhere else, and then we'll be back to add to that list of His goodness.
Like our page, Christ Church Loresho on Facebook, follow Christ Church Loresho on Twitter @CLoresho, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Christ Church Loresho, and don't forget to leave a comment. Christ Church Loresho, all of Christ, for all of life, for all the world.